Okay, this video is kind of putting together all that we've learned about finding missing sides or missing angles in right triangles. Okay, we know to solve a right triangle, we can use SOH CAH TOA to set up trigonometric ratios and then solve those ratios to find any missing sides or angles. What we're focusing on today is this idea when they say solve a triangle. What does it mean to solve a triangle? Well, essentially what solving a triangle is we have to first identify anything that we're missing and then find all those missing pieces. So for instance, in this first triangle, I know I'm missing angle B. I know that I'm missing side C, which is across from angle C. And I know that I am missing side B, which is across from angle B. Now, to find each one of these, we have to determine what trig to use, or maybe there's another way to do it. For example, if we're trying to find an angle and we know 2 out of the 3 angles, I know to find that missing angle, there's 180 degrees in a triangle. So if I take 180, in this case minus 142, which would be 90 plus 52, then I know that the missing angle would be 38 degrees. All right. Now, I want to continue to use the given information to find other missing things. So from 52, I know that 8 is my opposite side. Okay. So if that's my opposite, I'm thinking SOH CAH TOA. And I know that the sine and the tangent functions involve opposite. Now, from 52, 8 is opposite. How would I find B? So if I wanted to find B, I know that B is adjacent. So opposite and adjacent tells me to find B, I use the tangent function. The tangent of 52 would be equal to 8 over B. And to find C, C is the hypotenuse, so that's telling me to use the sine function. And the sine of 52 would be 8 over C. So now I rely on my knowledge for how to solve these. Do I multiply by trig or divide by trig to find a side? All right. Let's see. I'm going to grab my graphing calculator, make sure it's in degree mode. For the first one, to find C, I'm going to take 8 divided by the sine of 52. So 8 divided by sine 52, close it off, round it to the nearest tenth, that would be 10.2. All right, to find B, I'm going to take 8 divided by the tangent of 52. So 8 divided by tangent 52, close it off, and that gives me 6.3 approximately, rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay. So let's take a look at this next triangle. What do I need to find in this triangle? Looking at the angles, I know I need to find angle A. I know that 7 is opposite. So let's see, this missing side would be C. This missing side would be A. I need to find side A and side C. Now to find angle A, because I know 2 of the angles, and there's 180 degrees in a triangle, 180 minus 117, what is that going to give me? 63 degrees. Okay. Thinking SOH CAH TOA again, if I know the opposite, I know that I'm either going to be using the sine function or the tangent function. All right. Let's see. A is adjacent. So the adjacent side, that's going to be use the tangent. The tangent of 27 is equal to 7 over A. And to find C, C is the hypotenuse. That's telling me use the sine of 27 is equal to 7 over C. All right, so 7 divided by the tangent of 27 would leave me with 13.7. And 7 divided by the sine of 27 would leave me with 15.4. Okay, and again, those are the answers. I want to show how I arrived at them, though. That's the work that's over to the right there. All right, similarly, what they could do here is tell me that I have triangle ABC and that angle C is a right angle, and then, again, solve each triangle. That means find anything that is missing. Now, for each of these problems, we already know that C is a right angle. So I don't have to worry about finding angle C. All right. In this problem, though, I need to find angle B. I need to, let's see, I'm given side C, so I'm going to need to find side A and side B. I'm always a big fan of this. Sketch a picture. Now, it's just a sketch, so the angles don't have to be perfect. All right. But if I call this A, B, C, and A is 59, and they tell me that C is 13, I know that I need to find side A and side B. This helps me, along with SOH CAH TOA, to determine what I need to use in order to find the missing pieces. Now, again, we have two of the angles, so to find angle B, I'm simply going to take 180 minus 149, which would tell me that angle B is 41 degrees. To find A is opposite, and we're given the hypotenuse. Well, first of all, I can eliminate the tangent here. I'm either going to use sine or cosine to find A and B. A is opposite, so that's telling me use the sine. The sine of 59 is equal to A over 13. And B is adjacent, so I know that's the cosine. The cosine of 59 is equal to B over 13. For these to solve, I'm going to multiply by trig. So I have 13 times the sine of 59. Gives me 11.1. And 13 times the cosine of 59. And that would give me, rounded to the nearest tenth, 6.7. All right. In this last problem, again, remember, we already know angle C is a right angle. So we're going to have to find angle A, angle B, and we're missing side C. Again, a sketch of a right triangle isn't a bad idea, just so we can organize our thinking. A, B, C. They tell me that side A is 7, side B is 5. I got to find side C. Okay. So there's a few different ways that we could go about this. Again, since we're dealing with trig, I want to focus on SOH CAH TOA. All right. But like to find side C here, it's a right triangle and we know two sides. So I'm going to start off by finding side C, and to find side C, I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Why can I use that? Because I know it's a right triangle. So I know that C squared would be equal to 7 squared plus 5 squared, or C squared would be equal to 49 plus 25. C squared, therefore, is equal to 74. All right, now our direction said round to the nearest tenth. So if I take the square root of 74 and round to the nearest tenth, that tells me that side C is 8.6. All right, now what I need to do, though, is use the trig, SOH CAH TOA, to find either angle A or angle B or both. Okay. I definitely want to make sure, though, that these two angles add up to, after I've approximated them, add up to 90 degrees. That's how many more degrees we have left to play with. All right, so I'm going to start finding angle A. I know that angle A, to find this angle, I'm going to use the 7 and the 5. Opposite and adjacent. That's the tangent function. So the tangent of A is 7 over 5. To find angle B, I'm going to again use the tangent function, but the tangent of B would be 5 over 7. Now remember, from our finding of angles using trig, this is where we're going to use inverse trig. All right, so the first one, I'm going to go the inverse tangent of 7 over 5. And then round that angle to the nearest tenth, that'd be 54.5 degrees. And then the tangent of 5 over 7, inverse tangent of 5 over 7, would give me 35.5, rounded to the nearest tenth. And a quick check there tells me that those two are going to add up to 90 degrees, so I feel confident about my answers. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.